Russian attacks on Ukrainian towns, including the capital city Kyiv, have left many people dead. These attacks were executed by Shahed drones, also known as suicide or kamikaze drones. In today's video, we are going to talk about Russia's new suicide drones attack on Ukraine and how these weapons have evolved to be so much dangerous in the past few years. The drone attacks do not change the war itself, but their use and how Russia came to have them is a topic of global appeal. Unlike Predator drones that can be remote-controlled and drop ammunition loads and fly off, these new suicide drones of Russia are programmed with coordinates ahead of time and depend on GPS to strike their targets. An associate Guy with the Washington Institute, who specializes in the security and defense affairs of Iran, has said that these drones are quite accurate, while being well resistant to signal jamming and tough to detect and track using radar, but they are not without weaknesses. The person said, "I think the most vulnerable aspect of these drones is the very loud noise that they make." Another drawback of these new drones is their speed, which have been revealed by a senior advisor at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. According to him, the problem with them is that they're slow. They're propeller-driven, and like all propeller-driven drones, they're just not very quick, so they're accessible to being shot down by either missiles or by aircraft guns. But where did Russia get these new drones from? U.S. officials have confirmed that the drones used in these attacks are Iranian, but Iran has denied its involvement and working connection with Russia. One of the reasons that Russia received or bought weapons from Iran was that they have been using their own stocks of cruise and ballistic missiles very quickly, and they have not been able to fill those stocks, so they have resorted to many inexpensive Iranian choices. Iran's government has clearly accepted that they are not supplying Russia with the drones used in Ukraine. On Twitter, Iran's foreign ministry said Iran has time and again confirmed that it is siding with no side in the Russia-Ukraine war. Iran has not given arms to either warring side. Despite the rejection from Iran, Ukraine's government has claimed that Russia has ordered 2,400 drones. A police expert was seen holding a fragment of a drone with a handwritten inscription saying, "For Belgorod, for Luke," after a drone attack in Kyiv happened in October. But can Ukraine battle with these attacks? Both Nadimi and Kansian compared the Russian decision to target towns as it is losing on the front lines to the Blitz, which is the German bombing campaign that targeted London in World War II. It looks like the Russians are using these the way they use the cruise missiles, which is to hit at the major cities, probably with the intention of scaring the Ukrainian population. But according to a military point of view, this is a major mistake. The Ukrainians are extremely tough to break. Their confidence is also extremely hard to break. By concentrating on the cities, Ukraine's military would possibly have more time to recover on the front lines, similar to Britain's recovery in World War II. It has been said that just as Britain overcame the threats to its capital, he thinks that Ukraine will be able to do the same. At the same time, the U.S. has said it is speeding up its delivery of NASAMS, the same ground-based air defense systems that are used to defend the White House in Washington, and the systems are expected to be in Ukraine soon. Starting in the 2000s, suicide drones have been evolved for extra roles beyond the initial seed role, ranging from long-range strikes and fire support down to tactical, very short-range battlefield use, such as the AeroVironment Switchblade, which is deployed at the platoon level and fits in a backpack. A documented use of loitering munitions was in the 2016 Nagorno-Karabakh dispute, in which an IAI Harop was used against a bus functioning as a troop transport for Armenian fighters. Initially, suicide zones were not cited as suicide UAVs or loitering missiles. Different sources point at different projects as deriving the weapon category. The earlier 1980s early Israeli Delilah variants or the declined US AGM-136 Tacit Rainbow program are mentioned by some sources. Well, the late 1980s IAI Harpy, which was widely exported, is considered by some as the first loitering munition system, whereas the Iranian Ababil-1 was generated in the 1980s, but its same production date is not known. Loitering munitions may be as natural as an unmanned aerial vehicle with dedicated explosives that is sent on a possible kamikaze mission, and may even be built with off-the-shelf commercial quadcopters strapped on explosives. Purpose-built drones are more detailed in flight and control capabilities, warhead size and design, and onboard sensors for finding targets. Some loitering munitions use a human operator to locate targets, whereas others, such as IAI Harop, can function autonomously, searching and launching invasions without human intervention. Another instance is U-Vision Hero Solutions, which is the loitering system that operated remotely. controlled in real time by a communication system and prepared with an electro-optical camera whose pictures are earned by the command and control station. Some suicide drones may return and be reclaimed by the operator if they are new in an attack and have sufficient fuel. In Special, this is the standard of UAVs with a secondary explosive capability. Other systems, such as the Delilah, don't have a recovery choice and are self-destructed in mission aborts. What's your take on these Russian suicide drones? Tell us in the comments section below. With that being said, it's time to end our today's video. Press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stuff. Peace.